Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Stygian, Reign of the Old Ones, Blind. I'm looking for the radio. Radio transmitter and radio parts. Great. Dead Man's Notes, Bleeding Badge of the Marshal. Many superstitious collectioners associate this indelible trace of blood on this badge with the gashed-up throat of Johnson, who was one of the fastest gunslingers in the Wild West. Increases firearms by 1. Okay, I'll give that to Sonia, because she's pretty handy with a gun. Surely it has some kind of a drawback. If I would have to guess, probably something to do with bleeding, maybe making you more susceptible to it or something. I also have a dead man's finger, which is also an artifact, but I don't know what it does. So I'll have to sort of I'll have to research that when I rest. Now, Dead Man's Notes 3. I've been informed that loudmouth copper Constance is running his mouth about our business. We've been planning this operation for months, and the police chief palms have been greased with more shekels than he'd get in a lifetime of real work. We can't let this bastard jeopardize the welfare of our operation. Dispose of him in whatever way you see fit. The family jeweler, Joe Clements, will be arriving from Chicago to participate in this campaign, so tell everybody it's time to tighten up. Anyone who fails to show Mr. Clements the respect he deserves will be punished accordingly. Okay, there's another one of those. Oh, that's an ambush. Okay, I might not be able to survive this. I'll give it a couple tries, but... A group of pigmen ghouls suddenly jumps from behind the shelves. You're ambushed. Yeah, that's not great. Ambushed characters act last in their turn and get dazed state, which reduces their reaction for a few turns. I think I'll just run. Wait, is it not active? Like, the color made me... you know what? I kind of don't care about whatever loot might be this way. I have what I came for, which, you know, I paid for it dearly as it is. Return to the entrance. Not the way I was supposed to be going, though. Because I'm going to the guy, the radio guy, and he's on Main Street. It's totally wrong, actually. I was going the right way. This is the quest giver, Fitkin or whatever. The radio guy actually lives in French Hills, which means I totally was going the right way. I apologize. I might be getting crazy alongside my character. I found the shipment. You know what's interesting, sir? I'm a man of science, but I knew that he would succeed, even though the odds were significantly against you. Why were you so certain? I wish I knew. It would have been an interesting conversation topic. He thinks about it for a while, but somehow you felt like a character that has a role in my story. I don't know how else to put it. The others in this town, they do not pursue any real agenda. You, on the other hand, are moving towards something. He shrugs. Look at me. What words from a man of science? Well, here it is. I am the chosen one, after all. Well, that makes me seem slightly deranged, especially with the font. Whatever. Thank you. My work will grant us the real answer we've been waiting on for so long. Now, if you'll excuse me, I may lose the signal any moment now. Please make it quick. Okay, the Richter wants alcohol from the distillery. So I guess let's go there. Distillery. You've encountered a lonely, grieving woman. Will you approach her? Yes. Fear his redemption. Peculiar rock infested by vein root. You see a middle-aged woman in widow's attire. She looks devastated and is talking to herself. And I'll say unto them, yes, I'll say it. You brutes, you will stop this at once. How can you condemn innocent people to such a fate? She seems to be rehearsing a speech prepared for her yet unseen adversaries. And I'll teach those heartless men a lesson. I'll do it. Who are these heartless men? Why, the brutes of the Mafia, of course, godless murderers of that tyrant Waxface, who runs the toxic distillery for his own profit. They will all rot in hell. Did they shoot somebody you know? They killed him, yes, they killed my Harold. But not with bullets, with the poison they sell for liquor. Harold was a God-fearing man, sir. He only drank to forget his troubles, and now he's dead. Dead because of booze? It's not the booze you're used to, sir. The sewage they produced at the damn distillery of theirs is poison, I say, pure poison. It made Harold go blind. Yeah, it can happen with some low-quality alcohol. So it wasn't booze that killed him. You realized you crossed into the territory she doesn't want to revisit. They killed him. He wasn't the kind of person to do that otherwise. You would have never left me alone in this place. I'll say nothing because both of those are pretty unhinged. Oh god. She completely loses control and starts to cry her heart out. You listen to her weeping as it echoes through the ruined streets. Soon the crying subsides, but the vengeful fires burning in her eyes show no sign of fading. You've mentioned that something was troubling Harold. My husband was the mayor's assistant. He had a disturbing experience at work, some while before the Black Day. I begged him not to think about it, but he just couldn't let it go. He started to drink heavily thereafter. What exactly happened? Harold said that that Mayor Anderson wasn't in his normal mood that day. He was anxious about a strange man visiting the office, a man in black. It had something to do with an invitation, I believe. An invitation? Oh, I don't want to think about it anymore. I don't know what to make of Harold's account. It's all too hard to digest, but my Harold never recovered from that incident. He believed that he has been somehow... she's overcome by tears again. Damn it all, I wish the Lord had blinded me too, so I wouldn't have read that journal. Do you mind if I take a look at it? Why, no, you can't, sir, as you can see. I have much more pressing matters than sharing Harold's intimate accounts. I have a town to cleanse from the poison. Well, madame, this is clearly too dangerous for you. I will prove to be more resourceful in this. You want to help me? I knew my prayers would be answered. She continues hopefully. Please, sir, stop them from serving the devil's poison to our town, once and for all. I'll wait for you here, praying for your safe return. I know you won't let me down, the same way I know that we are the righteous. Well, hide somewhere and wait for my return. God sees all. The tuft of the overgrown vein root rampantly sprouts from the depths of the dead earth, fostering the pungent alien mushrooms that cling to it by queer symbiotic bond. Can we talk? We can. Rarely, only rarely does it comfort me to have neither the people to love, nor to love me. The creature turns to you after observing the grieving woman with cold, burning eyes. Never to feel pain of losing a loved one, this is perhaps the only merit of my doomed existence. Well, I can certainly understand that. Kind of hope, in a way, is painful, because it's set up, like, if you let yourself be happy, you might say you're setting yourself up for disappointment. But then obviously the converse is, like, if you never let yourself be happy or love someone because you fear you might lose them, then, like, what's the point of living? You're an interesting creature. So I guess I have to sabotage the distillery somehow? Trees all over Arkham are dying from an undiagnosed disease, or earthy poison, and even their seared leaves have been swept away by the noxious breeze. The wooden gates are reinforced with metal plates and have been benightedly erected by the mob to protect and guard their premises against poachers. This crudely reinforced structure towers above everything else in the immediate vicinity, providing the mobsters with a comprehensive overview of their territory, which they're guarding. You see one of Waxface's men, made men among the brutes guarding the distillery. The stigmata on his face indicates that he's another victim of syphilis, one of the demons plaguing Arkham that does not have a supernatural origin. Seems like you're tired of living, Grandpa, showing up at Waxface's distillery without notice. You've got guts, I have to admit, but you know what they say, a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Maidman draws his gun. I have to get inside. I'm afraid I have to fill your tummy with a 45 caliber lead slug. He points his revolver at you. I have a proposition. Wait, I talk, you listen. Don't like what I say? Shoot me, but listen first. What could you possibly have in mind that deserves my attention, Grandpa? Sounds to me like you're stalling for time. Well, to be honest, I can tell you have an advanced case of syphilis. I am a doctor. If you're not treated soon, it will spread to your major organs. You're talking about the pox, and you're a doctor? Fucking whores did this to me. Fucking filthy whores. Can you cure me? I can't undo the damage that's already been done, but I can definitely improve your condition. Then do your job then. My head feels like it's going to explode, and my neck is as stiff as a log. Make it go away and we'll talk. You treat the man's condition as best as you can, but the progression of the disease is far from reversible at this stage. The best thing you could do was relieving the pain and cleaning out the ichor from his acute buboes. I feel much better. I owe you one, Doc. That's for sure. We can call it even if you let me inside the distillery. I might just do that, but tell me something first. What are you planning to do in there? If it's a coffin varnish you're after, I can give you some on the house. I don't remember who Mr. Wheat is to the mob. I guess I can go for 4, like I'm a man of science, maybe he'll believe that. I want to learn more about the process, it's a personal interest of mine. Okay, it's a little unhinged, but not really. It still conveys the same message. I like to make chemicals in my spare time. I sometimes drink them. That makes you all fuzzy, and sometimes makes you barf. Now I get it. You want to make... you want to make your own hooch. Better erase that idea from your head right now. You never thought it through, did you? The mob controls the booze in Arkham. All of it. Well, I need to talk to Mr. Wheat then. You came to see that old drunken fool. Go ahead, but I'm warning you. If production slows even a little bit, you're dead. Waxface's orders. Well, I will definitely try to somehow sabotage it, but hopefully I can run before they realize it. A huge keg of Mr. Wheat's moonshine. What would you like to pour into the keg? I guess I could poison it, but I'm not quite sure what that would accomplish in the long run. Okay, that's a definitely bunch of stuff. These barrels once contained machine lubricant. You can still make out the corroded brand logo spelling golly. I joined the mob and start eating properly. Run along now. Old and discarded victims of Mr. Wheat's distillation procedures. This edifice was part of an early attempt to hasten Arkham into the industrial age, but the neglect of the investors led to its abandonment. Officer Ferrard's lucky pendant. It is ironic that Officer Gabriel Ferrard of Napoleon's army, who wore this for good luck in his duels, died not by the sword, but being clobbered in the head by a baton during one of his drunken brawls. Okay. I guess I'm sometimes using melee. He's using melee a lot, actually, so I'll give it to him. I'm still not sure what the drawback is, but you know, what's life without some danger? Okay, I read that already. The best way to deal with this would be to somehow disable the machinery in a way that's sort of delayed. I'll get Subterfuge 1, just maybe to try opening some of the containers. There's quite a few of them. If any artifact is equipped, critical failure chance -1. Okay, fair enough. Lowers maximum health by 6, which is quite a lot actually. Outsider's Shreds also inflict sanity damage and carry a small chance of making the opponent lose AP. Okay, Mysterious Dodge. Let's go for that. Okay, kerosene, which is great. A wrench, I need that wrench. Box is locked. Bootleg whiskey, okay. That's already kind of worth it. The subterfuge, I mean. The foot pump mechanism is providing sufficient force and pressure against the inner turbines and distillation tanks, making them turn around the central axis. Well, I didn't intend to talk to her, but I guess I can. Sonia is displaying her usual inattentiveness. You seem to have an advanced investigation proficiency. Where did you acquire such ingenuity? She falters for a brief moment, as if she never contemplated the fact before. Well, I never regarded myself as an investigator, since I've never practiced the profession myself. Apart from my affinity towards literature, I have no skill or experience to speak of. I guess I always liked the works of Poe, Doyle, and more recently Christie. I'm always drawn to the mystery of a sinister plot. Alright, fair enough. The mob supplies Mr. Wheat with these outsized jugs to store and distribute their bootleg liquor. You see a sweaty, weary man approaching you. His eyes and skin show the abrasive effects of alcoholism. Didn't I tell you to stop interrupting my process? The next shipment is coming. Alright? Now leave me to my damned business. I'm not with the mob. You were enjoying my quality stuff long before the damned calamity. Show me some respect and get out. Well, Waxface needs some metal alcohol and fast. Get on it. Although, I don't really want to lie to him. I'm not with the mob. What is this headache then? I need you to produce some metal alcohol for me. That's easy. This laughable facility produces tons of it already, and it doesn't make the product the healthiest around. But since there are no health inspectors left, it's not a big deal. Where should I get it then? You think this is Arkham Charity Ball or something? In Kentucky we earn things with your sweat and blood. Look pal, I'm tired of all of this. They've got me grinding away in this place all day, every day. A real slave drive, you know? And since there ain't no regular days and night anymore, I've been doing this like forever. Do you know what I really want to do? I want to cross my legs, pour me a glass of Mammoth Cave, and simply enjoy the damn thing. And a cigar. Well, what should I do? You're going to get rid of the Horsons waiting outside for me, so I can finally have a decent rest. You want me to kill them? Yes, every single one. You think I'm a goddamn slave, you bastards? You think you own Mr. Wheat? Kill them and I'll give you a bath in your damned wool chul. Well, I'm not much of a fighter. Oh, you're the wimpy kind. No worries there, pal. Mr. Wheat has an answer for that. There is a barrel of moonshine, the good stuff. that they keep for themselves near the gate. Pour this into the barrel and leave it to my little pal here. And before you go, I don't know how you managed to get in here, but they shoot on sight. Well, I have my ways, don't worry. To be honest, I kind of want to dismantle it as it is. But probably he will just stop working at it once they're dead. Like, that's literally what he wants. Although, it seems to me it wouldn't be, like, they can find someone else, right? Although you probably need specific kind of experience to do it. Come on, boy. Okay, let's try poisoning them. Waxface protects this establishment. Mr. Wheat's poison. But to be honest, I'm not quite sure how are they going to all die at once. Like, I guess they are having a meal together. Enjoy, you earned it. About time, yeah. Best time of day. This feels strange. Yeah, I just killed like 20 people. Sure, they were mobsters, but still. It's quite extreme. Did you get rid of those bastards? Yes. You did? He looks through the window and smiles. Don't worry, no one's gonna miss those bastards. Good job. Really good job. Now, how about we both have a nice glass of bourbon, you and me? This is the best, you know? Pure liquid gold. I'm in a bit of a hurry. May I have the alcohol? Here it is. Now leave me to my little holiday, will you? The old man opens his bottle and smells the liquor with a burning passion in his red eyes. I also have to ask you to stop producing this poison. Do you really have to ruin this moment of pure beauty? Do you? Look, pal, I'm not proud of the product that we make here either, but at this rate of production, with the third-class facility, I can't do anything about the quality. Now leave me alone before the next bunch of bastards arrive. You know where the door is, don't you? It seems I'll have to find a solution myself. Yeah, I just kind of want to break it. The main distillation tank holds ethanol, concentrated under high pressure, before its transference to the auxiliary tanks. I do kind of want to break it, because it's literally, like, to be honest, there is a good argument that regular alcohol is poison, because you know it is, but this is literally blinding people. I reckon you have to replace the headache the mob was giving me. How's the holiday going? Apart from occasional meddling I get from you, not so bad. How long have you been doing this? Too long, I reckon. I was enjoying every damn minute until I got stuck in this shithole they call a distillery. What is it to you, anyway? You have a reputation. I do? I'm not proud of it, but I'm the fella that makes the poison you drink when you want to forget. I was born and raised and learned the trade in Kentucky, so yes. I also ask of myself, what am I doing here? You know, I started out in a distillery of Roggery & Sons as a maltman. I was big and strong then I moved to Allegheny, learned blending there. Then at Roger Williams I was a distiller. I had spent long years in places where a man earns honest living during the day and drinks the best quality whiskey in the evening, until I got one more stupid idea, simply idiotic. What was it? To start my own brand up north, to combine all of the trade secrets that I had learned and make a whiskey that would blow the minds of all of the Yankees in those parts. Isn't this America, land of opportunity, etc.? So I put all of my savings into this. Shows you an empty whiskey bottle with his face on a label. Mr. Witt's straight whiskey. Then guess what? Fucking prohibition is what. All my bottles were sitting useless in dank warehouses, and believe me, I could hear them crying. My brand was good. I drank a lot of my own stuff in those dark days. Then I started bootlegging, distilling moonshine in the woods, and... to hell with it. But my whiskey, it was good. At least you had a lot of quality booze to get drunk on. Right, and I'm a damned alcoholic. Well, I kinda want to break this though. I'm not quite sure how. You may want to try to reduce the toxic output by implementing a filtering mechanism. So do I have anything that could work as a sieve? Or chemical filter used in the process of distillation? You managed to improve the filtering mechanism successfully. Oh, that's a little better, probably. I don't think she will be satisfied with this, because it's still operational, but it's the best I could do in those circumstances. I tried, for what it's worth. Okay, I'm exhausted. I have camping supplies 0, so I won't be able to rest. Oh, she's dead. Did she kill herself? Would you like to bury the grieving widow's body? Do I have a shovel? I have a hammer, which is not the... Oh, I do have a shovel, actually. You buried the body of the widow inside the makeshift grave that you've just made. After fighting the spitefully hard soil for a few hours, you buried the widow in the lifeless womb of the disaster-struck Mother Earth. You leave it to the pestilent winds to sign her laments. I got a journal. The first sentences on this page are scratched out. Today Mayor Anderson received a guest, a strange man whom I have never seen before. He was tall, dressed all in black and wore a bowler hat. As I opened the door, I flinched away in shock. His face, how can I put this? He did not have one, or perhaps more than one, or he had a face of which I am utterly unable to remember. Even the recollection of this first meeting invokes the same desperate unease as when it has just occurred. Once our visitor was sequestered with the mayor in his chambers, my curiosity began to itch, despite the alarming bells ringing in my mind. I bent to watch them through the keyhole, and I saw the dismal man hand an envelope to Anderson. From what I heard of their conversation, it contained an invitation to a special screening at the Arkham Theatre. The man in black added that all the notable figures from Arkham had been invited, and then turned to the door. I rushed to my desk and frantically pretended to work. Immediately the door opened, and after a few silent steps towards the exit, the dismal man halted right by my side. My heart pounded as if it were to burst from my breast. He said to me, "You gaze upon things not meant for you, little man. Mayhap you ought not to look at all." Why can I not expunge those words from my mind? Why can I not shake loose this gloom which rests upon my soul? Mayhap you ought not to look at all. Okay, so there was a theatrical performance that a lot of important people were invited to by the Dismal Man, which definitely seems important. There is an extremely pale, lifeless-looking man in the US infantry uniform, maniacally firing at his surroundings with his military rifle. And that thing's insane. He'll kill us all. Shooting again. You see an extremely pale, lifeless-looking man, dressed in a US infantry uniform, maniacally firing. Lost in some kind of a nervous breakdown, he's shouting at the air in a haunting tone. Requesting reinforcements. They've got us pinned down, ammunition low. Reinforcements, sir. The woman cries out in fear. At first, we thought it was the army coming to save us. Then out of nowhere, this bastard started shooting at us. God damn you, Heinz. You won't take me alive. He ferociously fires several more rounds into the air. You hear me? He is probably having like a PTSD moment. The soldier starts talking into the telephone handset with a severed cord. Lieutenant Johnson? We're having a hard time here, sir. The Heinies are closing in. 3rd platoon awaiting orders. Lieutenant Johnson here. Lower your weapon, Private. But sir, the Germans... The soldier's speech begins to slow in a weird way. The enemy is upon us. Lower your rifle, Private. This is an order. Sir, yes, sir. He responds slowly in a neutral tone, almost totally devoid of life. We need reinforcements. Awaiting orders. His cold, dead stare suddenly shows a glint of respect, as though he recognizes you. After scrutinizing him closely, you came to a conclusion. This man is actually a corpse, reanimated to a mockery of life, but by some process unknown to you. You eventually spot the wound that took his natural life, a hole almost 2 inches in diameter, apparent in the chest of his dusty uniform, the tormented dead walking through a world of fading memories. The dead man is completely motionless, the embodiment of an ideal soldier, remaining tamely inactive while awaiting his next command. Can you hear me? Lieutenant Johnson, sir, is this a test, sir? What? Awaiting orders. Well, listen, you've got me mistaken for someone else. There's no mistake on our side, sir. Followed our orders to the letter. How did you come to Arkham? Arkham is my home, sir. Born and raised there. I'd like to see the old town again. Maybe when the war is over. Yeah, the war is already over. The lifeless soldier does not respond. He stands as though he's guarding something. After a while you realize that he's actually guarding you. Tell me who you are. Sir, I don't know. I can't remember. I'm sorry to hear that. He stays silent. He's staring at a battlefield which will devour him sooner or later. Well, he seems to think I'm his commanding officer, and I could definitely use a soldier, so follow me. I guess I can keep you in check. The regiment seems to be at full capacity, sir. The last soldier looks at your followers. I'll be on watch here, guarding, waiting. Okay, I will leave Sonia for now, but I need to pause for a second. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I think I'll leave Sonia for now. We need to part ways. Following a calm but unnerving pause, the posh lady in the green steers the lackluster glance of her ruminant eyes towards you, beyond whose stolid aspect you undeniably sense the desperation of once more being alone again, despite her efforts to hide it. Well, I see that you've set your minds on other pursuits, in the way of which I shan't become a hindrance. She departs silently into the mists, as though they've been beckoning her all along. Can I meet her again in Arkham, or is she gone forever? So I feel a little sorry about ditching her, but to be honest, I'm also feeling sorry about this guy because he's locked in a perpetual state of like PTSD-induced flashbacks. Follow me. Sir, yes, sir. You sense that he has found some peace in having someone to follow. How did you come to Arkham? Well, this is Arkham. You there? What happened to your squad? The mission, the intelligence we received was wrong, inaccurate, took heavy casualties, many men lost. I can still hear them, sir. I'm sorry to hear that. Do you remember what happened in the trenches? I can't forget the day that I was appointed to this place, Flanders Field, sir. It wasn't long after Wilson declared war on Germany that we got the draft card. Eligible and liable for military service, it said, Class 1, a proud infantryman for the United States Armed Forces. My old man was proud, but my mother, the blur of her eyes, the trembling in her voice, her smile fragile as porcelain. I saw the tears beneath her smile, but I said nothing. It's clear that the memories aren't taking the soldier any place decent. I said nothing and I left. Well, you can stop if you like. I turned a blind eye to that smile. I thought I'd come back. Dark blood flows from his clenched fist. I'm stuck in this war now, in the trenches of the goddamned Flanders, dirt and blood and ashes. You're not alone now, Private. The bad days are long gone. We can even look for your family. What am I doing here? The creature sounds like a feral beast. Nothing is human about him anymore. Just incoherent screaming. Well, maybe taking you with me wasn't such a good idea, but also, why did I have to ask that question? The creature briefly trembles with unnatural power, but soon returns to normal. After what feels like ages, the creature is finally silent and still. And that definitely is rather scary, but... okay, you've leveled up. Interestingly, he has lower shooting than Sonya, but decreases the berserk chance in combat. Yeah, I'll take that, because I'm worried that he'll kill me. He is, for one, actually possibly decent at combat. Increases melee attack and physical defense. Sure. Fix bayonets. Decreases the berserk chance. Sure. I need camping supplies, but I have a lot of loot that I might sell, so that should possibly work. During your previous sightings of him, this reserved and spruce man, whose torpid and statuesque stillness lacked even the slightest gesture, let alone speech, now speaks to you for the first time. Forgive the churlish fashion in which I present myself, but with all due respect, I must appeal to your discretion. Well, continue. If the aged voice beneath the expressionless mask was any more gentle, it would cease to exist. My mistress invites you to a tea party in our yard. Our house would be honored if you would be so kind as to join her ladyship. Who is your mistress? Her ladyship is one of the most elegant, most erudite women who have ever graced the earth. The hospitality of my mistress confirms esteem and privilege to her guests. Please relish a cup of tea, sir. Have no doubt, you, an esteemed guest, will be treated in the best possible service. That's a stupid thing to do, and in reality I probably wouldn't accept, but this is a game and I want to see where it leads. Very well, I accept. I doubt it's going to straight up kill me. That would be rather anticlimactic. The voice beneath the expressionless mask speaks in a trustworthy fashion. Your tea is ready for service. Where is your mistress? Her ladyship will be joining you in a short while. Please don't hesitate to start unless you like your tea cold. Well, I would prefer if you drank it first, to be honest. I'm not drinking this without meeting that mistress of yours. Where is the Baroness of yours? I am an honored guest. I believe I owe an explanation to you. My delicate and glorious mistress is known by the name of the Dreaming Baroness. Even through his porcelain mask, he fails to attest for... even though his porcelain mask fails to attest for his longing, his voice clearly does. She has lived most of her mortal existence, and has already set sail to the deathless cities hidden in the depths of the dreamlands. In short, unless you are also dreaming, your chances of meeting her are slim. But you needn't worry, sir. I took all the necessary precautions. The tea I prepared for you contains the sufficient amount of yellow lotus extract. How does that affect one? It enables to see dreams of inimitable quality, not to mention that it considerably helps with the digestion. Those dreams aren't the shallow experiences of common sleep. They are profound, enchanting visions of other realities. My mistress, despite her dainty and effete frame, which lies dormant in the mansion, indeed owes the activeness of her manifestation in the dreamlands to this very plant. Now again, this is extremely stupid to do in reality, but this is a game, so I'll drink it. With the initial sip of the spice-enriched tea, a strange warmth comes down your esophagus to suffuse your stomach. I hope you can relish the taste, sir. What does your mistress want with me? My mistress is, how can I put it, a prisoner. On her journey to the immortality of Sona Nil, she became enthralled in Thalarion, the city of demons and miracles. It's there that you'll open your eyes to the dreams of your next sleep. I entreat you, sir, save my mistress. She's my blessing. Well, what am I supposed to do? This is a keepsake which has been in my mistress's possession for almost the entirety of her long life. The butler with the porcelain mask extends you a snow globe, which he's holding with great care. It may not look like much, but please remember, sir, objects may assume different properties in dreams, especially if they hold sentimental value to the owners. But wasn't I supposed to enter the dreaming? What? So what is this quest actually? Rest and visit the dreamlands. Okay, so that happens during rest. I was planning on resting anyway, but first I need some camping supplies because I don't have any. Need your expertise in something. The cipher cost. Yeah, what's the drawback on this? What? But I already knew this. What are you talking about? This is stupid. I already know what the power... This game is broken. It already did tell me what the power is. It's +1 shooting. Rational characters. Well, what belief system does the soldier have? None, because he's undead. The inconceivable experiment by which this body was revived has condemned this decomposing killing machine to a constant cycle of reliving his horrific memories of war. Okay, so I might sell it. But this episode has been long enough, so I'll do the shopkeeping and all of the assorted business next time. For now, that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!